Hi, everyone. So welcome to our session today. Today's session is going to be on digestive and stomach issues. So we will just start. Okay, so let's start with an invocation because, food comes from God, health comes from God, and so do all of us. So let's just invoke, okay? Let's close our eyes, connect to the palate. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Let us invoke. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, we thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. Let's do the soul affirmation. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with all. Okay, so we'll start with an important part of the digestive system, which is the mouth. Okay, so the mouth is where we have our salivary glands, and as we all know, we also have teeth, of course. And when we eat food, one of the things is that if we don't chew our food properly, then what tends to happen is that the stomach has to spend more time in breaking it down. So the stomach enzymes are there to dissolve the food. Their task is not so much to break up the food into little parts. So that is the function of the teeth. And so if people are having problems in the mouth, for example, if we're having ulcers, or if we are not chewing our food properly, then what happens is that the food that goes into the body is not going to end up getting digested properly because it has to go down the throat and it has to go down all the way. So one of the things that we noticed for people who eat very fast, so if you have a child or someone who's eating very fast, then one thing, of course, is we need to understand is like, have we in some ways encouraged the child to eat fast and to not chew their food properly? Is that because of us? Or is it just a habit that they have? And the question is, if someone is just, gobbling down food, then is it because they really don't have time? Or is it that they've just gotten into the habit of, let me eat as fast as I can before this food runs away? Okay. Now, we also need to be aware of the fact that, um, before we were humans, we probably did have a animal incarnation. And again, depending on the kind of animal that we were, because there are many types of animals and each of us evolved through a different chain of animals. What may have happened is if we came from a animal family where gobbling the food was, part of the protocol, then that could also be a habit that we have inculcated. So again, since this is a spiritual school and we like to talk about things in a broader perspective. So if you read the book The Solar System by Arthur Powell or other spiritual teachings, then there are conversations in there about how some of us may be exhibiting certain types of animal tendencies based on our prior incarnations. Okay, so we will also discuss what Louis Hayes has to say about the mouth. So, the mouth is a place by which we put in, like, things into our mouth, right? So the mouth also represents new ideas. So if we are the kind of people who just want to eat what we eat and have no variation, then we need to examine whether we are doing this because we are afraid of new ideas. So one of the things that she says is that a probable cause of having issues in the mouth, and remember, the mouth also involves the tongue. So, taste buds, for example. So it says represents the taking in of new ideas and nourishment. And if there are problems in the mouth, then perhaps it is because we have some set opinions, a closed mind, and an incapacity to take in new ideas, right? Which makes sense because if, when you open the mouth, stuff goes in, right? Okay, and the pattern that she suggests is I nourish myself with love. So one of the ways in which we help people who have digestive issues to train themselves is something that we discussed a little earlier also is, can you remember what you ate for breakfast or for lunch? Can you remember the color of it? So you know the visual. So we're going to practice some awareness, okay? So let's visualize, with the eyes, what color was it? Did you smell it? What did it smell like? Okay. When you cut into it, did you hear a sound? When you touched it, did you touch it with your hands or did you use a spoon? So again, the idea is to be aware of all the senses. Now, along with being aware with the senses, let's also try to practice gratitude. So let's be grateful, firstly, that we have food in front of us. So one of the things I've noticed is that when I eat food with gratitude, somehow it goes through my system much better than if I'm afraid. So sometimes we already have these thoughts like, oh, this is going to cause indigestion, or this is going to cause this, and this is going to cause that. So perhaps we need to re examine whether those things were causing us problems at some point, but they're not going to anymore. And to also just respect the food. The food is going to go in and it's going to nourish us. And if we already have that attitude, then what happens is all the angels around us, all the energies around us, all of that works together to make sure that that food actually provides us with nourishment. So one of the things that I remember doing is when my kids would eat a lot of junk food like chips, I would actually bless the food. Yeah, I would just bless the chips and bless all the junk food that I thought my kids were eating. And slowly, slowly, what happened is that they themselves started to reduce the quantity that they were eating. They still eat it, but then with a lot more awareness. It's like, okay, today I feel like eating junk food. So it's like, it's a conscious decision. And and if we take that kind of a conscious decision for everything that we eat, then what that does is that it builds our awareness. So let's be aware of the food that we ate earlier today sometime. Let's be grateful that we got that food. It's okay if we wanted something else, but first let's be grateful for what we did actually get. Yes. And then let's be grateful that we have eyes to see the food. Let us be grateful for the sense of smell, that we can smell the food. Let us be grateful for the taste, that we can taste the food. Remember, there are many, many tastes in the tongue. The taste buds can have sweet taste, salt taste, bitter taste, sour taste. What does it taste like? Are we aware of what we are eating? Are we grateful for the fact that I, the soul, have this body, this mouth that enables me to experience so many things at the same time? Okay, and then of course, when we put the food in our mouth, we move our hands. Let's be grateful that we have hands to eat. So this series is going to be based more on gratitude. So we're going to be grateful for the food that we have, and simultaneously we're going to discuss issues related to digestion, assimilation, and what was it? Okay, I forgot the third one, but anyway, yeah. So gastrointestinal issues. Okay, let's be aware of our crown, our heart, and our hands. Let us bless all the people who are here who require healing for digestive issues. Let's bless everyone with healing. Let's also bless everyone with the ability to understand, to assimilate the idea that we are in a pandemic and that we are going to get out of it soon. Let's bless everyone with the ability to digest new ideas. Let's be aware of our financial goals. Let's be aware of what it does to us when our digestive system is not working properly. Does it interfere with our financial targets? So, what can we do? Let's bless our health targets. Let's bless our relationship targets. Do we have disputes related to food, either in childhood or in current times with the rest of our family? Just be aware. And our spiritual target. Let's bless our homes with good health. Let's bless everyone with the ability to take in new ideas, to digest them, to assimilate them, and to eliminate whatever is not required. Let's be aware of our body. Let's be aware of all the people who may be struggling with the COVID-19 virus. Let's bless them all with divine rapid recovery, with soothing healing energy flowing to them. Let's bless everyone. Let's bless our homes, our workplace. Let's bless every part of our body, every cell of our body with divine healing. Let us be aware that all healing comes from God, and let us invoke for God's mercy and healing. Let's also invoke to the Lords of Karma to help us understand the lessons that we need to understand through our body. Let's also invoke the angels to help us understand these lessons in a way that we can actually understand them. So, to communicate with us in a manner that we can understand their messages. Okay. Let's bless any other projects. Then, once we're done, let's massage our face, our scalp, neck. If you wish to direct some special energy to those parts of your body that may be giving difficulty, some people have said gallbladder, some people have said stomach, some people have said the pancreas. So the pancreas is not strictly digestive, but it has a major effect on digestion, but we'll talk about that in some time. Okay, so let's massage our body. Okay. So just for everyone's information, the picture behind me is one of the Arhatic Yoga ashram. So if you haven't been already, this is our ashram. This is where we normally exercise. You can see this big tree. And this is just to remind you that Arhatic Yoga is an important part of Pranic Healing. And once you become an Arhatic Yogi, practicing Arhatic Yogi, you will have access to the ashram. So that is a wonderful thing. And the energies are beautiful. And it's in Mulshi near Pune. Also, I wanted to mention that Pranic Healing is available for most digestive issues, including leaky gut, gas, ulcers, vomiting, diarrhea. All of these things can be cured over time with Pranic Healing. And definitely we can provide relief. So again, the purpose being one Pranic healer per family. So I hope you will do the Pranic Healing workshop in your area as soon as possible. And in the meantime, if you need help getting well, then we are available at our number below. And see you at our next session where we will be talking about the rest of the digestive system. Thank you so much.